Almost more information at the end of this program. With all this talk of the information superhighway, what is the future of cable television in River Falls? I asked Mark Hinders, co-chair of the Cable Communication Advisory Committee, what he thinks.
Well, I think the first thing to keep in mind is the fact that there's major convergence going on right now within the telecommunications industry. There are things that will be coming to River Falls. The only question is how long will it take to get here. Right now there's a major revolution going on in the telecommunications industry in the United States, and what we're looking at essentially is major convergence between video cable programming, computers, and telephone service. Essentially what is happening right now is that cable is trying to get into the telephone business, the telephone company is trying to get into the cable business, and all of them are trying to make this essentially an interactive kind of service. Right now, when you turn on your television set and you get entertainment through the cable system, essentially what you're getting is one-way communication. You're getting entertainment. And all you get is whatever comes down over the satellite or off of the antenna. Where the entire telecommunications industry is headed is to allow interactivity. So that in essence, at some point, your television set will become much like a computer. You'll be able to run Windows programs off of it just like a computer. You'll be able to do home shopping from your TV set without picking up the telephone. You'll be able to go through Dick's IGA or Morpho and order groceries off the shelves and have them delivered to your home. That's the kind of things that are going on right now on an experimental basis in other communities. You'll be able to use your television set as if it was a computer to do things as simple as transfer funds in your checking account or your savings account. You'll be able to use it for other kinds of services, like even creating your own videos or doing video conferencing, where your television set will act the same as a camera, not just for viewing what's on the other end, but also to send your image to someone else and be able to talk in real time. Those kinds of experiments are going on all over the United States right now, and that kind of convergence will be coming to River Falls. There might be other ways as well. It may not just simply be that you have entertainment through cable. It may very well be at some point that you'll decide that cable is not the best bet for you because it's a highly competitive marketplace. If you're going to look at entertainment and what you get from entertainment as far as cable television is concerned, a wise consumer at this point and for the next several years down the road ought to be looking at, are there better alternatives to get the same service or get more of the same service at a lesser cost, like for example direct broadcast satellite. And so consumers will need to be smarter about precisely what service do they want. What do they need in the way of communications? Do they need an internet access? Do they need an internet hookup? Do they need to get online through Prodigy or America Online or some other service like that? Many of the things that people want in their homes right now, the surveys that have been taken nationwide, show that overwhelmingly the kind of telecommunications services that people want right now are essentially available through telephone service. You know, the issue becomes one of how do we make more available to people and make it simpler to give them more choices at the most effective cost. What we've seen in River Falls is that there's a tremendous interest in the people of River Falls in not only having good cable service and good entertainment, but more entertainment at a lesser cost, but also that people want interactivity. They want to be able to have access to databases, to cruise the library at Oxford University, or to download video from Darth Vader threatening Luke Skywalker out of the University of Michigan Computer Service. There are those kind of things. There's tremendous database information services out there. The major problem that River Falls has right now is that, of course, we live in the shadow of the Twin Cities. And just as the fact that living in the Twin Cities has denied us our Wisconsin television stations, so too does that also deny us easy access to information databases, because we're also being impacted by the rules and the regulations and the case law that's out there that regulates telephone services as well. When we sit back and we look at this as a cable committee, we look at it from a larger perspective, not just are you getting good cable service, but are you getting good telecommunications service. And so we are continuously looking for ways to ensure that River Falls is interconnected to the rest of the world, and that we are not being discriminated against because we happen to live 250 miles away from the largest service area of Ameritech, but yet we're only a stone's throw away from U.S. West major service area. People in the Twin Cities are going to be getting the kinds of services within the next year or two that it might take 5 or 10 years to get in River Falls if there is no one like the Cable Committee that's aggressively pursuing these sorts of things. It's a dynamic time. It's a very interesting time. It's a major revolution. This revolution in telecommunications has often been equated to the invention of the printing press, and that's what people in River Falls are facing right now. What we want to ensure is that we don't become roadkill on the information superhighway in River Falls.
Well, that about wraps up this edition of River Falls Document. If you have any questions about getting involved with public access television, give us a call at 425-5400.